So before I start the video, I just want to share my opinion on the lack of communication we've been receiving from Bandai. There were no new announcements, there were no new trailers, not even mentions about the future updates. And this is really frustrating, and it just goes to show a little consideration Bandai has for us. In like 2 weeks, Storm Connections is going to be 2 months old, and we got a total of 0 updates. And this shit makes me wonder, where are the updates y'all promised, Bandai? Me personally, I paid for the standard edition of the game, but I am really starting to feel sorry for the people who bought the deluxe and premium edition, because there is no content! And so when Storm Connections first released, I was really hopeful for the future of the game, but now I see that this game is not going to live up to the hype. I mean, for example, the competitive scene is even more dead now that Connections is released than it was when Storm 4 was the most recent entry on the series. And for God fucking sake, how can something as simple and essential as private lobbies not being in a fucking fighting game for over 2 months? Storm Connections was nothing more than a cash grab, and if you paid $80 or even $60 like my dumbass did, you're a scam! But yeah, let's get into the video.
What's up guys, Robin here, and in today's video I'm going to tell you how the community of Naruto Storm Connections is slowly killing their own game, and how we can solve this problem. So there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the launch of Storm Connections, like the whole AI incident of the English dub of the game, the recycle of content issues, and the Xbox multiplayer problem that I'm not entirely sure if it's been resolved yet. But today I want to discuss the topic that can seriously impact the longevity of the game, that being the sweats and the rage quitters that plague even the most obscure and small crevices of this game. So let's address the rage quitters first, because I think that's a more prevalent issue than the quote-unquote sweats, and I'll talk about them later. But before anything, I want to say that it's not just the player's fault. I mean, if the publisher of the game, Bandai, enables this type of behavior, even though I'm mad at them, I can understand why people would be rage quitters. Like, it's really convenient to just close your application and hop on the next match when you know there will be no repercussions. And maybe you're not that skilled at the game, or you don't have the time to get skilled, and taking loss after loss after loss can get you to rage quit because, you're trying to win and shit, and you're only losing because you're shit at the game. I understand that, we've all been there, but you're still a piece of shit if you do that. So, yeah, I hope you keep yourself safe, if you know what I mean. So, if you watched my video talking about the perfect ranking system in Storm Connections, if you didn't, by the way, link is on the description, you would know that I mentioned how important it would be for Bandai to implement some sort of punishment for people who leave matches and make everyone waste their time. And just like I predicted in that video, Bandai did jack shit about this problem, and they simply pretended there isn't there. Either that, or they choose to blatantly mock us, because they even placed a little emblem next to a player's name on the lobby, so you can know if they've been disconnecting a lot recently. But then, refused to give us the option to leave the lobby, and basically forced us to play the rage quitter, unless we decide to close the application. That's peak game design right there, bitches. I mean, it all just seems like they made it on purpose, just to piss the community off or something like that. And the thing that pisses me off the most is that it's not even complicated to solve this issue. Just make it so the person disconnecting loses like 300 BP, so there's an actual consequence for leaving the game, and the player who stayed on the match wins 100 points to compensate him for the time he wasted playing that piece of shit, rage quitter. This will solve the rage quitter epidemic pretty much instantly, and I would finally be able to play without feeling like I'm being robbed of my fucking points. Now, while the rage quitter problem can be handled with a simple solution, the sweat problem is deeply ingrained in the whole Storm community. And I don't know exactly what caused this, but what I do know is that if people keep playing a game or a franchise of games for years, the skill of the average player is naturally going to increase. Just look at games like Call of Duty or Apex Legends. If you're someone who never played an FPS game before and try to jump on those games, well, let's just say you're not exactly going to have a pleasurable experience. And it's the same with Storm Connections. People have been playing the series for years, more specifically Storm 4 for like 7 years. So obviously, new players and returning players are going to have a hard time winning. And that fact alone is swaying a lot of people away from the game. But it doesn't just stop there. Even amongst the seasoned players, you got the people that play in a way that just forces toxicity, and overall, just takes tryharding to a totally different level. I call them gimmickers. I don't even know if that's an actual word, I literally just made it up. If it exists, nice. If it doesn't, well, yeah, somebody put that on the Wikipedia, I guess. These are players that have no fundamental knowledge of the game on their majority. Obviously there are exceptions, but generally they suck at the game, but they master one really cheap and cheeky strategy to win. Like, for example, Rasengan spammers, Kiba spammers since he's used to now as armor, Shinra Tensei users, and people who use Delta with Sasuke supporting Kaga as support. And then they try to teleport you to the explosion awakening action, hoping you sub too soon, to one-shot your ass. These type of plays are the main reason people get mad playing this game, because they rely on certain characters or certain mechanics to get the win, and it makes it feel like the win they get is undeserved because they're not actually good at the game, they're just abusing broken shit, and this game has a lot of it. And sure, you can make the argument that all the gimmicks I mentioned have a counterplay, and they do, but the people getting affected by most of this shit aren't the experienced players. The people who get the short end of the stick in this situation are the casuals. And they tend to quit over stuff like this. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to try hard every time I load into a match, just because the casuals left. So yeah, I don't really have a solution for the last problem, because it boils down to individual behavior, but if you're a gimmicker, or if you're a noob stomper, just remember, if you keep driving every casual player away, eventually, only your kind will remain. And I doubt you'll find the game fun when that shit happens. Anyway, this was Robin, and see you next time, guys. Peace!
対戦開始行くぜクソ野郎力を貸してやる今ね力を貸してやる力を貸してやる力を貸して今行くぜクソ野郎ボールと玉が第2戦開始いけるぞ力を貸してやる今ねいけるぞ行くぜクソ野郎今ね今ねいけるぞいけるぞいけるぞ行くぜクソ野郎いけるぞ今ね